welcome back to Vlogmas. So today's video, I was kind of stumped on what to do, and I actually threw up an Instagram post this morning that prompted the idea of this video. And I wanted to just talk about postpartum life because I haven't really opened up about it on here yet too much. I think I made one video about training postpartum, but I feel like it's just such a hard topic to navigate because, go ahead, Cal. Anyway, I'm gonna sit on my new jeans with your butt. Okay. I feel like it's such a hard topic to navigate, so I wanted to make a video talking about how to, I guess, feel your best both inside and outside postpartum. So I'm currently 6 months postpartum, like as of tomorrow. And I know that's still really early in the postpartum. I mean, you're postpartum, I guess, forever, but I'm still very new to this lifestyle and to being in this phase of my life. But I think that I've gone through enough in the last 6 months to offer some advice to other postpartum women and anyone who may be watching this, whether you are in that phase now, maybe you're pregnant, or maybe you hope to be pregnant one day. I just hope this serves as a video that you can refer to when you are in the thick of it. And the truth of the matter is that postpartum life is hard. And I think that the reason why it's so hard is because, one, you're just going through this huge life change. Everybody tells you that babies turn your life upside down in a good way, but literally your life is completely different than it was before you had the baby, right? And I obviously only have one baby, but I hear from other moms out there that you go through these changes every time you have a baby, and maybe it's a little bit easier, quote unquote, to adjust the second time around or the third time around or the 8th time around. But nonetheless, it's still a big change, and there's still struggles that happen and that we go through. I think it's hard to navigate because it's so different for everybody. But I think that society in general just expects us as women and as moms to kind of bounce back, not only in the sense of our bodies, but in the sense of just everyday life. And nobody really understands, and I definitely did not understand this before I went through it myself, just how hard it is. And I think part of that is hormones, obviously. I read something the other day that your hormones don't really go back to normal for up to 1 to 2 years postpartum after you have the baby. So that's a long time. Some people have 2 babies in that time. So you have to ultimately just give yourself grace in this process. It's hard being a mom. It's hard adjusting to being a wife and a mom and a sister and a mom and a daughter and a mom. And I think that the biggest piece of advice I have for someone who is going to be going through this journey soon is to just remind yourself that you matter too. And that's what this video is going to be about, is different ways to prioritize your self-care and yourself postpartum, because you're important, and in order for your baby and the people in your life to thrive and be happy, you have to thrive and be happy. And that might not happen right away. I'm not saying like you should flip this switch and just be this happy human, because there are days where I still cry and I get frustrated and I'm struggling. So just know that you're not alone, and know that it's okay for this to take time, but you will eventually get to a place where you feel a little bit more like you. I promise. And as a disclaimer, this is not medical advice. This is just me speaking from experience. I know that, postpartum journeys look different for everybody, and that includes getting postpartum depression, and, even suffering from PTSD from labor. It's real and it happens. And if you are somebody who is going through this or think that you might be going through this, I encourage you to reach out to your medical provider or to somebody who can help get you help in the help that you need. Anyway, I just wanted to get that out there because I didn't want you guys to take this the wrong way or take this as a fix, essentially. So tip number 1 would be to prioritize some type of self-care right off the bat. So obviously when you come home from the hospital, life is different. Things are crazy. Maybe you're breastfeeding and you have the baby attached to you all day long. Don't be afraid to ask for help. And even if you ask your husband to watch the baby for 20 minutes so that you can get a shower in, or simply just go for a walk and get out of the house, or honestly just do whatever it is that you need to do to feel a little bit better. Maybe that's reading a book, maybe that's journaling, drawing, coloring, something creative. Whatever it is, I urge you to make the time for it. And I know it feels like you don't have time for it right now, but I promise you that somebody can and will watch your baby for 10 to 20 minutes every day so that you can have time to yourself. It is crucial, because if we are pouring from you can't pour from an empty cup, essentially. So the more you give to others, you're draining your own cup and your own energy. You need to replenish that energy, whatever that looks like for you. So for me, postpartum, I think it was just, having that time to shower and do my hair and put on a little bit of makeup right off the bat. This was before I was able to work out or do anything like that. So just having that time to kind of freshen up and feel a little bit more like myself, change out of my PJs from the night before, that helped so much. So that would be my first tip. My second tip would be to either purchase or, I guess purchase is the only way. Just wear clothes that make you feel good. So maybe this means buying some new clothes postpartum, or maybe buying some things ahead of time that are simply just a bigger size. Your body does not bounce right back after pregnancy, and it's important to have some options that make you feel good in your body. And it's important to not try to squeeze into those old clothes right away, because that's not going to make you feel good. Ultimately, at this time, you want to do the things that make you feel good. So stop trying to make your body conform to certain clothes and try to buy clothes that fit your body. So don't do it backwards. We've got a surprise guest in this video. Hello, you gonna help me finish? What do you think? So tip number 3 I have for you guys for postpartum life and prioritizing yourself is to not let your nutrition fall to the wayside, especially if you're breastfeeding. So nutrition obviously is very important in making us feel good on the inside and the outside. And I'm not even saying this as far as fat loss or trying to lose the baby weight. There's no pressure to do that. You can do that on your own terms, but eating well and making sure that you're fueling your body from the inside out is important in your energy levels and the sleep that you are getting. It helps reduce your stress, and it just helps you just feel your best every single day. So I definitely, I don't want to say I struggled with that at first, but there were definitely days where I just didn't prioritize it as much as I should have. And I absolutely noticed a difference in how I felt, my attitude, and just my mood. So I'm not saying you have to track macros. I'm not saying you have to do anything specific, but some things that you can do are just aim to have balanced meals. So try to have a protein, a carb source, and a fat source at every meal. Fiber is obviously really important postpartum to ensure everything is working well digestive-wise and staying regular in that sense. And then obviously just drinking enough water. It can be so easy to push both your food and water to the side. In doing so, you could affect your milk supply if you're not eating enough, and you could just make it harder for fat loss down the road when you are ready to start chasing that goal again if you decide to. So prioritize your nutrition. Eat some fruits and veggies and some proteins, and that's important. And then as far as exercise, obviously I'm a health coach. I am a big pusher of exercise in any form. Right off the bat postpartum, my doctor told me that it was safe for me to go on daily walks, even if it was for just 10 minutes. And I did have a C-section. So, hi. So Kai and I would do like a quick walk to the end of the road and back, literally less than 10 minutes to start. And then we worked up on building that a little bit more. So for the first 6-ish weeks, all I did was walk, and it felt really, really, really good. It was time outside. He would usually sleep in his stroller, so it was like a double win. I know that it's winter now and not everybody can do that. So even if it's winter, try to either go to a mall or you can walk on a treadmill. Just getting some type of movement in definitely makes you feel better and can just improve your energy levels first of all, and just improve your mood as a whole. So try to get up off the couch if you can, be active, get movement in and around your house or outside of your house, and until you are cleared to train again, that can be a great way to just feel better. Good burp. So my last tip for you guys would be to prioritize some time with your husband or your friends, or just time with adults. I think that whether you're a stay-at-home mom or even just on maternity leave and you're home with the baby by yourself, you can start to feel really isolated. Something that Josh and I prioritize now, or we're starting to try to, is going out on date nights. We'll drop Kai off with one set of his grandparents and just go out for a couple hours, even if it's like a happy hour dinner, just to get out and just have time to ourselves, which we definitely struggled with for a long time in the early postpartum days, just because I was breastfeeding and we just felt like, or I felt like we just couldn't leave Kai, which I think is a common feeling. So your baby will be fine without you, and just try to get out, even if it's for 1 hour and you need to go get lunch or breakfast or just go see a friend for coffee. You will feel so good having that social time too. So those are just some easy tips for you guys to implement postpartum. I know that it's all easier said than done, but try to just be gracious with yourself, like I said, and remind yourself that this is temporary and is a phase. And as your baby gets older, it changes and it gets harder in different ways, but it gets a lot easier and you get more into a rhythm, especially once they start sleeping. So why don't we cut it there and say goodbye to everybody. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned something, and we'll share it with anyone that you think would benefit from it. And we will see you in tomorrow's episode of Vlogmas, which is our Christmas decorating episode. Yay! Say bye. Bye.